Hello! So, welcome to our Tipsy Book Talk daily vlogging. It's going to be combined into like a weekly thing, but right now I just wanted to intro. I have literally the exact same outfit and makeup on as I did earlier when I filmed the TBR, so I am literally continuing right after. I'm going to sit down and start reading These Witches Won't Burn. These Witches Don't Burn. Just had to triple check the book that I was actually going to talk about. Right now I am in the process of getting a vlogging camera. I currently don't have one because I can't find the battery on my old one. So I'll be using my phone. So sorry if the quality is not the best or the lighting keeps changing. But yeah, I'm going to start it off. I only know the basic bare minimum about this book because, as I said in my TBR, I also just started, like, I just looked at this book when I was in Powell's bookstore, and that's like, if you've ever been to that store, it's ginormous, so I walked through very, very quickly, which means 4 hours, because it's literally like a 3-story bookstore of just solely books. So it's like very intimidating, very like, if you want to look at something, you got to look at it quick, and then you got to keep moving. So this was something that I thought was really interesting. I know it is about, I believe, like a lesbian relationship. It's about like a girl and a girl falling in love, so I'm super stoked. It's about a lesbian relationship that breaks up, and then this girl falls in love with this other girl, and then there's some witches involved, and I'm very excited to see what happens. But yeah. Hi again, it's me. So I took a break because I got a little chilly because I have 2 windows open. Like, there's a window, all that bright light. But I also realized, in light of Tipsy Book Talks, I should probably be drinking because it's what you guys want, so it's what I'm gonna do. I grabbed myself a little beer, so poured it in my favorite cup, the only cup I ever use in videos. So basically, what I was planning on doing today was I was going to read, and then I got a little distracted because my girlfriend and I decided to order food from Postmates, and then we ate. We watched some Doctor Who, which we're on season 3. I'm obsessed. And yeah, I just got into the slump of not doing anything, and then I get into a like planning slump where I basically just sit and prep the entire week and make sure that I have like everything planned out that I want to do, try to get like things in the background. I'm distracted by this little guy. I try to get things planned out, I try to get everything figured out, and then I just end up doing a bunch of stuff. Basically, that's like the best way of describing procrastination, which I just need to start reading, and I'm being bad. But yeah, so right now I'm gonna set up the tripod. I did actually even have it set up. I was ready to start filming, and then I got told that I needed to do other stuff, so I started doing those other things, and I completely forgot to read. So now I'm about to read. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little time lapse, probably stop in a couple chapters, talk to you guys, go make some tea, come back, read some more. So here we go. So I just wanted to give you a little tour of what I basically do every single night when I say that I have watered and or helped out in the garden. But yeah. So truth be told, I got into bed with my book, ready to read, light on and everything, and I told myself, I'm only gonna watch like 1 or 2 TikToks. I watched maybe like 45 TikToks, and then I realized that I've been watching TikToks for like 30 minutes, and I was like, okay, I need to read now. So I'm gonna lay in bed, I'm gonna do some reading, I'm gonna let it soak in, and I'll probably tell you about it tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off again, because I apparently I'm on like a talk show or something, but I'm just gonna head off to bed. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Hi, so I'm actually out and about right now, which is a very surprising fact. We're headed over to Katie's family's house right now because her sister-in-law just had a baby, so we're gonna go visit her. We've been quarantining for like literally the 2 months that we're supposed to be, so we're good, we're clean, and yeah, so we're headed over there right now. But I just wanted to film us actually like getting out of the house and not me just sitting on the same couch reading. So here's the world. There you go. Hello, welcome to Tipsy Book Talks. I'm Raeanne, and as you can tell, it's Halloween. Just kidding, it's not Halloween. And today we're going to be making a basic witch's brew for These Witches Don't Burn, because I was actually not a huge fan of this book, which makes me really sad because this is supposed to be my 5-star reviewed book. And overall, I'll give it probably a 2.5. So I was like, I'll talk about that at the very end of why I did, but this is a pretty basic book, so I'm making a pretty basic drink. So for that, you're gonna need lemon lime juice, so like Sprite or 7-Up. Works just fine. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I was like, what you're gonna wanna do is fill a shaker mostly with ice, or you could just pour it into a glass and then stir it up, because I did practice this before and I used a shaker with no ice and it was a disaster. It exploded everywhere. So shaker with ice or just pour in and stir. It's very simple. But yeah, it's a half a cup of vodka, which realistically is kind of scary, so I'd recommend getting like a vodka you really like, because it's gonna be strong. So just pour it in, get her going. I kind of like the idea of a vodka-based drink as a basic witch's brew, because realistically, who didn't start off drinking vodka? So I was like, I feel like that's the most basic of alcohol choices that you can have. But what kind of changes it up is the raspberry liqueur. There's also a recipe that I found for, you're going to want to do a 3rd cup of this. Oh wait. A 4th cup of this. You're going to do a 3rd cup of Sprite. But basically another recipe that I found was having to do with witch's blood. And, realistically, this is a witch's blood drink or a witch's brew drink, whatever you want to call it, because sometimes it comes out a little bit more purple, depending on the raspberry liqueur that you choose. Because this one's a lot more red, it's just going to be a little bit more witch bloody. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and add that. And then we're just going to shake it all up and top it off with some Sprite. So, if I can put this on correctly. I was like, again, I don't want to overfill it or spill it everywhere, so I'm just going to do a slight shake. And then, oh no. Unlock. I got it. Don't laugh at me. I have a camera person here today, and I can't help it. She's super cute, and she's laughing at me for making all of these silly mistakes. So yeah, put your ice in the glass, and then we're just going to pour it all over. I was like, it calls for crushed ice, which I guess this is what this is. But because of the glass that I chose, it was really hard to find, like, crushed ice in the house, so I didn't want to have to try and do that. So we're just gonna go ahead and pour it all in. Okay, so I have realized that it also calls for a sugar rim. So my offhand camera woman grabbed me a new glass so that I could just do a sugar rim, and then we're just gonna pour it right on in because it's late at night and I clearly cannot think. So this is how it's going right now. But what you're gonna want to do, because I didn't explain it, get lime juice and either purple dye, or I did a blue and red dye mixed together, and so mine looks, again, a little bloody. Not so much witchy brewy, but I don't know if you can even tell. I was like, it's one, thick, and two, it's dark. So I was like, you can have it as like actual purple and get good dye, or you can be like me and try to mix dye and have it turn out not so cute. So we're gonna do this. Ooh, this is scary. Very scary. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah! We're doing it. We did it. And then finally, you're gonna want to just top it off with some Sprite. I was like, it calls for a third cup, but I was like, I'm just gonna top it off and then continue topping it off. Pretty sure you probably saw cats running around. They are hyperactive right now. But this is gonna be our witch's brew, basic witch drink, whatever you want to call it. Let's try her out. It's not that close. So some of the sugar fell in. It's pretty good with the sugar in it. But it's good. It's a vodka-y drink. I just spilled all of that. Good job on my part. But here is our basic witch drink for our basic witch book, which I'm going to talk about now. So basically with this book, I thought it was actually very basic. I tried to pull off a whole basic bitch, basic witch kind of vibes here. Because this book, I realized it's a young adult book, so I get that it's written for teens, but it's just, it hurts to read because you get to points where it's so cliche. It's like you see teen shows that are like really captivating and riveting, and you're just like, oh, this is actually really good for like a teenage show. Example, I love Sex Education or Atypical on Netflix, and like I'm pretty sure those are aimed actually towards teenagers and not towards like 20-somethings. I love it. It's so funny, so just like smart, and it just has so many like plots that you're like, okay, this could probably happen, but realistically maybe not. So you're like kind of thrown. But then there are shows like Riverdale, who you can predict the next scene like right before it's gonna happen. Like it's one of those like letdown shows that is actually one of my guilty pleasures, but it's definitely not something that is gonna be thought-provoking, and that's this book. It's not quite thought-provoking, but it's good because there are moments, as you have probably seen from the vlogs, there are moments that, you know, really get to me personally reading it, and there are like big climactic moments, but those are kind of like where the big things end, I guess. I feel like I need to drink a little bit more, so. But yeah, so it's an alright book. I do like the fact that there are not many, I should say, but a good like cast of LGBT characters. So there's Gemma, I don't know how to say her name. She's very straight. She is just a female who is very much attracted to like any hot guy that walks by. There's Hannah and Veronica, who are both very gay. They even showcase a character, Savannah, who is a closeted gay. This is a good beginner book for anybody who's coming into the LGBT community, because it's like, it has a fun theme, it has a fun topic, which is, who doesn't love Halloween? Don't answer that. It has like some fun parts in it, but there are a lot of missing aspects. One of them being what an elemental witch is, what a blood witch is. Sorry, I wanted to see what that actually tasted like. It's just sugar. But yeah, what an elemental witch is, what a blood witch is. It kind of just like hovers over that. And I get it, like they're pretty self-explanatory. But I want to know, like, I feel like this is the second, while reading this the entire time, all I thought was, this is the second book of like a trilogy, and I'm missing out on the first one. I'm missing a lot of key points because the author just briefly explains things instead of like delving deeply into the topic. So I feel like this book could have been longer, could have been more explained, and I wasn't a big fan, sadly, and I really wanted to be. So the fact that this was supposed to be a 5-star rating, I would not rate it 5 stars at the rate that it's going. I was like, I don't know, I still have another like 60 pages left, so it could become a 5-star in those last 60 pages, but right now, we're kind of at like a 3.5. Maybe not. Maybe even like a 2, because I think I gave Romeo and Juliet a 3.5. And Romeo and Juliet is written really well compared to this, so I would give this probably close to like a 2, which is a huge shame. So I'm hoping in the weekend that is to come, I can actually, you know, enjoy the last little bit, but who knows? I was like, I hope you guys enjoyed my giant, long collaboration video of my vlogs and this drink making video. I'm probably gonna do this for the next coming weeks of just vlogs and then a drink making video. I'll probably be more elaborate with my drink making video. This was sadly very much a like, I just wanted to make a drink and talk about the book. It was subpar in my opinion, so I really didn't have a lot to say about it. So hopefully with the next with the next book, Black Girl Magic, I'll have a lot more to say. Hopefully I feel a lot more just like driven and riveted by it. But for the first book in Prideathon, that's my opinion. Overall, this drink is kind of a basic witch drink. So basic witch book, basic witch drink. They pair perfectly together. Yeah. But I hope you guys at least enjoyed my first week. I was like, Taylor has a first week video as well where she makes the champagne of gold. So if you haven't already seen it, it's been out for a couple of days, so check it out. Make sure to, you know, keep watching, keep seeing what we're doing. We really actually enjoy making these videos for you guys, so we'd love for you guys to comment below of whether or not you've read this book or The Chain of Gold, and tell us if you liked it or not, or what you're hoping to get out of it. We love to hear all your comments too. So thank you so much. Check out our Instagram, and if you haven't joined a readathon yet, it's not too late to start. You can always start a little bit later. But thank you so much. Cheers, everybody.